Flying off to Uganda in May 2014 to start an internship with an NGO or non-governmental organization, I had no idea what to expect. My internship was with Foundation for Sustainable Development, or FSD, a grassroots international development organization. FSD Ugandan Program Director Margaret, along with the rest of the site team, welcomed us with all their Ugandan hospitality.
Like Uganda, our country, there's no problem. We welcome everybody, no problem. Like, we do it again.
From the busy streets of Uganda's capital, Kampala, to the rural villages, Uganda blew me away. I was suddenly a Mzungu, which means white or foreigner, in Africa. Everything was so different, and I was culture shocked. I didn't know how I would learn anything or even create a development project. But with a loving host family, I eventually found my way. After settled with the host family that they select, FSD places its interns with local Ugandan organizations. Mine was Uganda Parents of Persons with Intellectual Disabilities, or UPID. As an organization, UPID aims to reduce the stigma and isolation that disabled children and their families face. The purpose is also to increase educational opportunities for children who are intellectually or physically challenged. In Uganda and in many developing countries, it can be very difficult to receive an education, and even more obstacles are presented when that child is disabled. UPID's program coordinator, Patrick, brought me and my work partner throughout the county of Uganda for us to do community assessments, which means finding what the community needs, what their strengths and weaknesses are, and what they themselves can help do to improve their situation. From location to location, we saw that there was no unity or local community to support children with disabilities. Many families are isolated due to their rural location and also because of the stigma against their child. Therefore, a disabled child may not get an education if there's not appropriate services provided to fit their special needs. This is increasingly prevalent in rural poor communities, which creates a burden for their families because it often prevents their children from becoming employed or bringing an income for their families. So we went to the Ibulanka School in Bukoteka, where there is a large number of disabled children and poor families in this rural area. The large gathering of people that met us was a signal that we needed to create more unity among the many families who felt helpless about their child and their situation. Many did not know about the benefits available to their children through organizations like UPID, but more importantly, they felt alone. Thus, the Bukoteka Titmoyendera Disabled Association, or the BTDA, was born. The BTDA elected executive members and created criteria for an organization made to deal with local families who had disabled members. They told us that they wanted to create an income-generating project centered on rearing goats, a good source of income for a Ugandan farmer. We decided that we would build a goat house and fill it with 4 goats. With these goats, the members would be trained in goat rearing skills. Then, when those goats bred, the kids would be distributed to families within the BTDA, and the members would teach their families how to raise goats and use it for profit. We created a work plan and a budget and got building. These goats will provide families with income to pay for their children's school fees, to care for their disabled children, create vocational skills that their children can learn to help their family generate income, and also the goats will provide funds for the BTDA to support families who have disabled members and continue activities. Margaret once told me, sustainable development is about working directly with the community and making people wake up again and recall their indigenous knowledge. In many developing countries, and especially Africa, colonization interrupted their natural growth, which has thrown them into the black holes that are poverty and corrupt regimes. In order to break the cycle of poverty, there needs to be initiation and empowerment at the community level, a grassroots, bottom-up approach. What I want you to take away from this video is that my project was not aid. Aid is synonymous to a band-aid trying to cover a crack in concrete. Aid also does not touch individual lives or the people who need it most, who are the impoverished, marginalized, vulnerable, and disenfranchised. By empowering local communities, we act as mediators to their development. We found appropriate solutions to the community's vision of their future and what it wants to build. Because of the community's investment in the project, it has a high chance of success, creating growth. Moreover, spreading knowledge is one of the key aspects of this project, which strengthens local capacity and structures for ongoing participation. By creating the BTDA, we have started this process. I wish I could convey the BTDA's members' excitement about this project when it was finished. They were so thankful and so excited to continue it. I was almost as excited as them when we finished and was relieved that all our hard work had paid off. I learned so much about culture and international development, and I couldn't have asked for a better group to work with.
Nautono means a small person, eh? So a small person can now dance.
Boja kwe palisa bagwere basinza kibumba Boja kwe srota bateso basinza deke Boja kwe mbala bakisi basinza were banange Boja kwe toro chapadara basinza were Echimbere mbero lwalero stani kimuwairemu Echimbere mbero lwalero stani kimuwairemu Boja kwe musi abasami abasinza na sayi Boja kwe budunga banole basinza kiumbe Boja kwe kurwa bamadi basinza rubanga Boja kwe masaka baganda basinza katondo